5 months ago, 14 state governments reportedly decided to increase right-of-way charges levied on telecommunications companies to lay optic fibers along state government roads by 1,000%. Now, a lot of Nigerians have expressed their displeasure. But just recently, 7 Nigerian states have decided to slash or completely waive off the right-of-way charges. Today on Deep Dive, we will be discussing how right-of-way data charges affects all of us. My name is Tracy Dominic, and this is Deep Dive, exclusive to MyColorTV. Now, just before we proceed, some people know right-of-way to mean a legal right or navigation over another's land, or perhaps in water or in the air. So how does right-of-way relate to data?
It's basic, and I'll give a very good instance. If you look at the water pipes that run on people, the water pipe gives access to water to everybody across the streets and across the community. If those water pipes do not run across those streets to your house, you can't get water. So in the same way that in this generation, that data has become like the water of business now. It's data that drives the economy of business now. That's how we need those right of way to be able to access those pipes that need to run down to people's environments and communities to be able to have access to internet. So it's basic. It's the process that helps people get access to internet.
Okay, so just 5 months ago, there were a lot of displeasures about the hike of price in the right-of-way charges. A lot of Nigerians were expressing their displeasures. So, now the prices have come down a bit. So, how much do you think government should charge? How much is a reasonable price to charge for right-of-way in regards to data?
No, I for one think the federal government has stipulated an amount, right? But for me personally, for the right-of-way argument, we're asking that it should be free. Okay. Why should it be free? Right, that's another conversation on its own. But we need to put an incentive because of the predicament we are in right now, because of the situation of the economy, the situation of the country, the pandemic. So we are basically at war. So there are things you overlook and say, okay, can this happen? So putting an incentive where you come free and then lay your fiber optics, so that our people can be able to do business. So for me, I think it should be crashed to 0 naira.
Okay, to be crashed to 0 naira, but some people claim, like the ATCOM, the Association of Telecommunication Companies in Nigeria, in a recent interview with TechPoint, they said the federal government claims that this right-of-way charges are sources of revenue. So can that be justified? Is that justified?
You need to define revenue. But before I begin to define revenue, let's put it in context. So the federal government says it's 145 naira per meter and stuff like that. And that's what the most states do, to be able to attract this telecom industry to be able to lay these fibers. But let's look at it this way. Lagos woke up and said, we're not going to take 145. By the way, we have been taking 145 from 2013 to somewhere in January 2020. We're no longer going to take 145. And they had a negotiation with the telecom companies, and they agreed on 500. Now, this is the difference between Lagos and Enugu, and Anambra, and Abia, and Imo. The demand is high. The businesses that will drive the opportunities that help people make this money when they lay this fiber are available in Lagos. You don't have that in the East. So what does it mean? Because there's no high demand in terms of businesses that will make these telecom companies come into the East, regardless of how much you charge them. What you need to do is to build systems and policies and frameworks that attract them to your zone. So part of that is that, like Kaduna State have done, and Kaduna State said it's free of charge. Do you understand? Make it free of charge. What does free of charge mean? It means that an average telecom industry who understands that while there are no businesses, but the cost of running this thing is low, will find it very interesting to come and say, let's take this pipe and run the service. What he also does is that in terms of the internal generated revenue you are going to get, it's not going to come to you in the short run, but in the long run, you are going to enjoy it. So in the short run, since you are going to lose money, they are going to be generating from this 145 for 1,000 or 2,000 they are charging. But if they make it free, we're in a generation where digital economy is the game. So what it means is that you're going to have people resident in the southeast And they're going to begin to start SMEs that is running based on digital economy. And if that happens, these SMEs will be generating income for you. So it's about governance recognizing the impact of this in the long run, not the short term, but they look for the percent of job creation. Because if you also want to deal with insecurity in your state, you need to create jobs and you need to look at young people. And that's important.
Now, a lot of states still do not understand what you just said. Some states are still charging 5,000 naira per linear meter, while other states have completely waived off data charges. So how do we connect this bridge? There is a lot of gaps. Some states are charging 105 naira, like you just said, and some states are still charging 5,000 naira per linear meter, while other states have waived it off altogether. It's
about priority, right? You look at your state and you decide what is important. A state like Enugu State, right? What are we producing? What we are producing is human capital. Look at the universities around, right? So what we're producing, we are even exporting humans from our tertiary institutions outside, because once you finish school here, what next is left? You move. So when you look at your priority, what do I want my state to look at in the next 10 years? What do I want my state to look at in the next 20 years, right? So you can't compare Enugu and Zamfara. We are not in the same spectrum. So you prioritize what you want. As of now, as of today, within the Southeast, Enugu should be leading the digital transformation, right? So if we decide to crash, places like Onitsha that have businesses might also say, okay, we can't crash to 0 naira, right? Let us crash to 145, right? So it is not the same thing. So it should be peculiar. This is not the national cake argument. This should be, we look at your priority. What is like my friend said, what is your long-term plan? It's not you can collect money. You're not getting the money right now. You're not even getting the money right now because they are not coming.
So you mentioned mineral resources and natural resources. Mm-hmm. So are you saying that states that have more of these resources are more capable of waiving off data charges?
No.
Compared to states that do not have as much resources?
No. Look at Port Harcourt. Look at River State. My friend traveled from here to go to River State to do a big workload so that he can use unlimited data. So he spends 1 week in Port Harcourt, do all these hefty downloads, and then come back to Enugu to work. They have all the things there, but they are pushing to. They have the businesses. River State is another state that have the businesses, in their state. So it's a matter of priority. Whether you have mineral resources, whether Lagos is where the whole fiber optics come from, right? So Lagos started digital, they call it digital Lagos. Yeah. So Lagos started digital Lagos way back before other states started talking about digital transformation. Now look at what is happening. For 3 months, Ogbeta was locked. Nobody was selling. Then when you go online, you hear people telling you, please sympathize with riders. Please sympathize with riders this season. That you see that you see those things because Lagos was on total shutdown, but businesses were moving. It's a matter of priority. Businesses were moving in Lagos, but here the man had to wait a shutdown for 3 months, and now there is another lockdown that is coming up. I think 30th or so. So it means that people are still going to go back home and sit down for another month without lifting an item from their shop.
So we're going completely over digital. You talked about digital transformation. Mm-hmm. Speaking of that digital transformation, how does right of way affect it?
Okay, like he said something here. Your water, you lay your pipes. The right of way, fiber optics, broadband.
Yes.
It's called broadband. Broadband, you pass your broadband via right? Understand? So it's like the foundation. Now we use data. Everybody uses data, yes. Right? But we use data from the telecom, with their marks and everything. But the right of way gives you access to a cheaper connection, data access, because the fiber optics are being laid close to you, so they can set up substations around. So the right of way is the foundation, is the broadband connection is the foundation. So is what brings about whether you're going to do e-governance, e-commerce, anything, But it's not that we can't do it right now. But you check what is happening. If you're using a 4G connection, how many people can use 4G? What is happening with 4G? And then how much will it cost you to do a bigger work on 4G connection, and how much it will cost you to do it on a broadband connection? So it's two different.
What about states that refuse to harmonize with this reduction? What do we do with the states?
They're going to lag behind.
Okay, so do you mean this reduction now and the waiving off completely, does it in any way enhance development? And if it does,
Jesus Christ, that is where we are. We're in the fourth industrial revolution. No, you said this. We have entered the fifth now, but we're in the fourth industrial revolution.
I'm not talking about it, but let me give you a very typical example of how it works. Somebody owns a shop in Waiting, and this is COVID-19, and they have locked down. The cost of operations is still going to get it. So if he has to pay for the shop, he has to pay. And even if he does not pay, it means that staff is going to lose his or her job. So the cost of operation is always going to be high on the person who runs it. But Alibaba sits down in China. He owns a shop online. He doesn't have any goods. People have goods. I have goods in Enugu, for instance, and I don't even have a shop. My goods is in my house. And I go to Alibaba and I open, just like the same way you open a Facebook page, I open an online shop for myself through Alibaba. And I pay Alibaba like 2-3%. This is quite cheaper compared to what somebody is paying for in a shop. And Alibaba does not collect money up front. He collects money each time I sell. Collects a percentage. Alibaba gives me trust. Because one of the biggest problems with business now is trust between the consumer and the guy who owns the business, the guy who is supplying. Alibaba gives me trust in the sense that anywhere you are in the world, you can buy. They guarantee that your money, you get the quality for what you're buying. And somebody in the Waiting, for instance, has access to just Enugu population, and there's no way Enugu population, the entire population goes to the shop every day, or even in a month, every day. But I have access to over 7 billion people in the world on Alibaba's platform, and anybody can come. So what it means that I have access to sell more, my cost of operation is low, and I have opportunities and potential to be able to market, and I don't even need to put a shop. And in fact, I may not even own the goods. If there's need to sell the goods, I can run to this guy who pays for shop and collect the goods, and I sell it and I give his own money. So what has happened? What's happened is that the guy who owns a shop in Waiting is at risk of losing his business. It's a function of time. Let me give another practical picture. Sometime in the late 90s, there's a shop that used to do all this typewriting in Enugu. They own almost all the government businesses, all the university businesses. The school exams that you write, they used to type it, so it was the typewriting age. The moment we moved from typewriting age to the computer age, that business did not advance. It died. There's logon in Enugu. Access to internet killed logon as a cyber cafe. So there are examples of businesses that have died because they did not advance at the age they are moving. Yeah. That's exactly what is going to happen to a lot of guys in Waiting. So they are paying the state government tax and they are enjoying it. But those taxes are becoming a burden for them, not because they don't have capacity to sell, but because the approach and pattern they need to sell now is no longer what it used to be in the past. So over a long time, what will happen is that if the state government do not see the need to reduce the cost of right of way and bring in policies and frameworks that attract this industry down to the east, what it means that over time, Enugu state will not have that economy because some of the Lagos will be enjoying it.
Yeah, so in simple terms, you're saying the reduction of this right of way or the waiving of it completely can have a great impact in the tech community.
Sure. No. Let's not even.
Without any.
Let's put another example. Let's say that you stay in town. Students are studying from home. Have you been to your village recently? I was in my village. I asked them, how do you guys cope? Do you use WhatsApp? They said no, they have not been to school. Nobody has taught them anything for the past 3 months. So meaning education can still be going on now if you have broadband penetration in our communities, in the villages. So meaning that people in the village don't even need to come to town for them to have access to school. Online school, that is what is
happening right now.
So
a lot of schools are adopting e-learning system of education.
So what he has done, he has really created a divide in the education sector. But that divide is being driven by the fact that people don't have access to data in rural areas. Right. So what it means that we are not just talking about right of way and access to data. It's not becoming a human right. Yeah. Because it now links to issues around how you're able to access education, health, common e-commerce and stuff like that. So it's a basic human rights issue that we need now begin to demand for.
Well,
not just that we want cheap internet, but we want access to those things.
Yeah, change is constant. A lot of things come along with change. So do you think the federal government and the state government, do you think this change now will affect their intergovernmental relationships?
First of all, what the federal government has done is to first have a framework. And what is that framework? We now have a whole ministry dedicated to this, which is the first step they need to take. Secondly, they have now have what is called 2020 to 2025 plan on how to go about this. And that plan states this is the baseline and this is where we're going. The last time I looked at that plan, I may not be that correct, I think it's about 32% penetration. And they're trying to increase it to over 60% penetration across the entire state. Now, what is the next thing they need to do, which they have done, is now to engage the state governors. Because the state governors have the responsibility to take care of their states. Federal government cannot go to state and say, this is what you should do. Do you understand? So they have brought the state governors together and they have had a dialogue. And what is that dialogue? This is what we want you to do. Now, the onus is on the state governors to be able to make this happen. So now that some states have decided to make it happen, so Kaduna said free of charge. Imo said 145 for instance. Anambra said 145. That's awesome. What happens is that free of charge, that's good to hear. But what that means is that in the space of the next 5, 10, 15 years, an average telecom industry will find it easy to go and lay fibers in Anambra or Imo or Kaduna than they will do in Enugu. And even in disadvantaged state like in Ebonyi State, for instance, you don't have that level of population to drive the district economy. How do you get it wrong? You have to make internet cheap. You have to make access to internet cheap for them. So that's where the issue is. So the federal government has done their own part, and they are still doing their own part with some of the strategic plans they are putting in place. But what we now want to see is for the state government to replicate that same model at the state level. So that's what I see Anambra, for instance, is trying to do. They are not just saying it's free of charge. They have come up with the urban regeneration plan. I have not seen that plan, but I know that somehow it's hanged on the idea of digital economy. So the Enugu state government, for instance, or even Imo or Ake, I have not heard anything about, need to have a ministry dedicated to this. It's a whole process. It's not something you say, Minister of Environment. No. You build an economy on that. That economy now may stream into every other thing that you do. Whether it's health, whether it's education, whether it's agriculture, you need that framework to drive this.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Edechiene. It's been great having you on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Life in living color.